Hi, this is my Module 8 application video. This case started out with 3 consultants wanting to bring more advanced technology to their local homeless service providers to make their work less difficult and communication between agencies easier. Many of the agencies in the same area didn't know what was going on with the other agencies. After the agencies were trained on the new technology and website, some people attempted to use the different aspects for a while, but stopped once they realized they weren't getting any responses because very few people were using them. Within 3 years, the website was abandoned, and a planning body which connected the agencies created a new website where they were able to keep aspects from the original website that people did like, such as the spotlight articles. Later, the consultants launched an email list, which actually garnered the most usage. Derek, one of the consultants, said, "I initially thought our project was about training people to use technology and then expecting them to comply. It turned out to be about providing opportunities for people, seeing what worked for them in their situation and then learning from that." This week, I was assigned to read Chapter 10. Both concepts from this chapter that I related to this case are related to organizational entry and assimilation, found on pages 298 through 300. The first concept was entry, which is the actual process of becoming a new member within an organization. One thing that tends to happen in this stage is negotiation. In addition to becoming acclimated to the organization, new employees often attempt to negotiate the new work environment to better fit their individual attitude, skills, and cultural values. 299. When the consultants first begin working with the homeless service providers, they bring in different technology and programs that they feel will be useful to the homeless service providers, which is a way of making the environment fit the consultants' needs more than the needs of the homeless providers. It's not until later that the consultants realize what they think would be most useful to the service providers isn't actually very useful. One member explains that their clients don't have access to similar technology, so those working with the clients tend not to use something that isn't available to their clients. The second concept from Chapter 10 is metamorphosis, which is when a new member of an organization becomes an established member. 299. The consultants aren't exactly members of the agencies, but they do go from the label of new and learning what's needed to establish and knowing, or at least understanding, what is needed, allowing them to fit better within the agencies. The case ends with, perhaps the most important lessons were not really about technology at all. This leads me to believe the changes in the consultants were the most important. For Chapter 11, I went with technology as neutral. Its effect on organizational structure are driven by context and thus depend on the complex interactions among people, technology, and organizational processes. From technology and organizational centralization on 326, the consultants expected that the service providers would want to use all the tools they were given, not realizing that the type of service they provided to the clients they serve aren't conducive to much technology usage. I've seen this several times with people I work with in activities that help us when we're at the different facilities. One person doesn't have a computer or to use on a regular basis, so she has to ask to borrow someone else's to get her email. Another is so busy she only has time to check her email once a week. Where at my work, everyone who works behind the scenes has a computer at their desk. Many of us check our email multiple times a day and use the calendar attached to our emails, so the tech could be low end or high end, but it's the type of work that determines what is and isn't used. For chapter 12, I went with incompatible goals on 360 and 361. According to the text, overall incompatible goals usually stem from different perspectives and perceptions. 361. This goes back to some of the other concepts I discussed. They both want to help the homeless population, but the way they go about helping is very different. The consultants are helping by connecting the various agencies that deal with homelessness together, and the agencies by providing food, shelter, help, and more to the homeless. Thank you.